So I'm here with Chris from NWN.
Yes.
We're here at CiscoLive. Tell me, what's your experience like? It's only the beginning of the week, but how's your perception been of the show so far?
Yeah. Well, first off, I'm amazed at how the size of the crowd you got this year. 225,000 actually is what I've heard.
Yes, yes, with the virtual folks that are online, absolutely.
Yeah. But now we've got a pod here in the partner ecosystem, and it's been great traction. You could barely move the first night, and a lot of great customers stop by.
Lots of people talking about cloud. Tell me a little bit about what makes the NWN offer in the marketplace unique and stand out above all those other clouds.
Well, as you mentioned, managed services is certainly a very important part of that, and that's why when you came out with your cloud program, it was a great fit for us because we had already had a very established managed services support team. We know how to do the level 1, level 2. We're used to the recurring monthly revenue model.
Yep.
So operationally, we had all that worked out. There's a lot of things go into building out a cloud practice that most people really don't realize till they get into it. And we were fortunate enough to have all that built out. I think another advantage we have is because we've been a systems integrator and we know the on-premise environment very well, that kind of gives us an advantage over some cloud providers that may be more just service provider type and really don't
system integration
exactly.
Piece. That's an interesting perspective because a lot of times, our customers know Cisco for our on-premise or our enterprise class products. But so it makes sense as people kind of transition to the cloud to trust Cisco also to deliver these things off-premise.
Yeah, and you've got a whole ecosystem that has built these applications that integrate with the on-premise. And so that's another thing to consider. When you're moving to a cloud, are all these integrations still going to work well? And that was something we did a lot of research, wanted to make sure that all of the companies, the third-party companies that we work with on-prem are going to work with our cloud model. And everything's worked great so far.
So you touched on this notion of the ecosystem or the partner ecosystem as a whole. Obviously that's a key thing for Cisco as well is to bring these different partners that deliver different pieces of value. How do you see Cisco playing a role, or do you see us allowing you to touch different partner types that you may not have worked with in the past?
We certainly look for your guidance to help us with which are the ones that you feel comfortable with. We certainly don't want to pick some partners and something doesn't work right, but so it's very helpful knowing that if they're part of the ecosystem, we know that they're going to be a good partner, they're going to be around, that they know how to work with the Cisco team and the technology.
Let's talk a little bit specifically about some of the services that NWN has in the marketplace, and in particular, we like to call that Cisco powered because you guys have undergone all the audits and all the work and all the heavy lifting to get that endorsement from Cisco, and what does that mean to you?
The first service we went after was hosted collaboration, and as soon as you announced it, we were the first ones to go through the audit and build out our data center. Quickly, it turned into contact center as well. A lot of customers wanted the contact center component on top of it. One area where we didn't initially think we were going to get a lot of traction was infrastructure as a service. We kind of put that on hold, but it's been a really good pull-through as customers are used to, hey, it was easy to move my collaboration over there, can I move these other applications? And so we're really seeing as much infrastructure as a service business this year as we are hosted collaboration.
You've been at other Cisco Lives and had other opportunities or other trade shows. What makes this one so unique?
Well, this is one of the few where we can actually, you've brought us into your ecosystem pavilion, and so it's almost like an endorsement by Cisco to say, these are the partners that have made that investment that we feel very comfortable with. It's a great environment to get the Cisco team, the partners, and the customers all together. Every project I've been a part of, when all three of those entities are together in the beginning, it's always a success.
Chris, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Xander.